Alright folks, Gary aka Hopeless back again. In this video we are returning to the Mortal Realms, and the second issue came with the Myrmourn Banshees. Here's one I painted earlier. As with the last couple of videos, this was pretty much entirely done with contrast paints, and to be fair, I wanted it to look a little bit different to the artwork on the cover, and I wanted it to look a little bit different to the previous Nighthaunts I did. As always, if you do enjoy this video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and let me know what you think down in the comments. Yeah, all good. Let's get on with this. After the black priming and zenithal highlighting, I attacked the lower robes with Plague Bearer Flesh, which I thought looked nice for a couple of seconds, and then thought I want to dull it down a little bit. So while the paint was still wet, I threw on some Space Wolf Grey. And while that was drying, I got my super thinned Corax White out and started going over the upper sheet, I guess you could call that. I wanted the upper sheet to be a bit different to the lower robe, so I think it worked out in the end. Moving on to her limbs and jaw, I used Skeleton Horde, my trusty undead colouring. Moving back up to the face shroud duvet bedsheet thing over the top half of the body, I got my Skeleton Horde and mixed in some contrast medium. I did this on the Secretor in the last video with a shield, and it made the sort of scroll look quite nice and aged. It took me a few attempts to get the mixture right, but I settled on a 1-part Skeleton Horde, 10 parts contrast medium, and I think the effect comes out quite well on this model. Maybe not so much on a couple of the others that you might see on the turnaround at the end of the video, but live and learn. Moving on to the chest piece and various accessories. This one has an hourglass on her side and dagger handle. I used Retributor Gold. And then I broke out the lead belcher for the dagger and the little hourglass she's got on her side. I also used this for various basing parts on the other Banshees in the pack. Moving on to the bases, I grabbed my Warp Lightning and started going over the vines and shrubbery that's on pretty much all of the bases for these guys. And then I remembered I hadn't actually glued these ones to the bases, so I could take them off to get to the hard to reach bits underneath the models. Some of the bases had little skulls and bits of bone around them, so back to the Skeleton Horde for those ones. And then onto Basilicanum Grey for all of the stonework and tombstones and little broken graves, all those funky little bits around there. And then after that I attacked the dirt piled up around it with Agorous Dunes. Almost finished with the bases now, so we finish off the flowers with Blood Angels Red. I don't know why, but red flowers and ghosts always seem to go together for me. Once the bases were finished, I put the models back on and then went over the Retributor armour with Skeleton Horde to act as a little wash. Didn't know how it would come out, but I'm actually quite happy with the way it did. And then, because I was doing it anyway, I figured I would try it on the lead belcher as well, see what happens, and same again. Quite happy with the results. With the model pretty much finished, I figured I should tidy up the bases, so I got my Steel Legion drab and just went round the edges. found it's quite easy with the red grass painting handle. And there we go, job's done. That is 4 Myrmourn Banshees painted with pretty much entirely contrast paints. Personally, I'm really happy with how the Plague Bearer flesh came out, mixed in with the Space Wolf Grey, and the Skeleton Horde wash, or the wash mixture for the robes. As you can see, some of them are a little bit darker than others, but I think the overall effect works. Next up in this little series of videos that I'm doing will be the Stormcast Eternal Castigators with the Gryph-hound. Now I don't know if I'm going to do the Gryph-hound in the same video, or do that separately, or just leave it to the side. I'm not too sure at the moment, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you think these came out quite nicely? I do. If you don't, let me know what you would have done differently. And as always, if you did like the video, please do leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more things like this on the channel. And yeah, as always, I'm Gary, aka Hopeless. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So until then, I'll let these lovely ladies revolve around for a little bit, and I'll say goodbye. So, see ya!